Okay, here's the part of the chassis that I cut out of the old computer, and I am going to be using these 3/4 inch long nylon spacers, and I'm going to hot glue them on here to make risers, like so. That way the screw will come through this way, fasten it to the board, and elevate it by 3/4 of an inch and allow room for ventilation under the board, in addition to having the fans blowing on the top of the board to keep it nice and cool. I have this piece of brass rod that I will slide my nylon fitting over to hold it in place while the hot glue dries, and that will align the hole that I've drilled like this with the hole that's in the spacer, and that way the screws can go through them very easily. And there you can see the hole is lined up with this bit. Let me get a little bit straighter. There you see the hole is lined up with the spacer, and you can see I got a little bit of extra hot glue around the thing to make sure it's going to be nice and secure, but this is going to be the bottom of the board, so that will not show. Okay, here you can see what the spacers look like in place. I've got 8 of them on the board, 3 in the front, 3 in the rear, and 2 in the middle. And see, I've got one pretty close to where the CPU is, but this ridge of metal right here, the way it's made, that's going to be nice and rigid already, so I don't need anything else right there. So that should be good. Okay, as you can see, I've got the risers installed onto the piece of the chassis that we cut apart, and you can see where these spots are right here. There's a screw that goes through here, and that's going to give us a better room off to the side for ventilation, and that'll help keep everything nice and cool. Okay, as you can see, I've marked off a rough spot for the power supply to go, and like I said, this was the original BTX power supply out of there. The fan I actually moved from the back to the bottom, made some holes, and make some more holes before I finish that, so make sure that's nice and cool. And that'll be sitting so far above the board because these cables are pretty short, but it'll still give us a lot of room for fans. And probably in the upper corner here we will install our drive bays, like up in here. Probably just have one optical drive and one, I haven't decided, either SSD or just a regular mechanical hard drive, but that'll be there. And then we'll put the covering on there. And actually what I was going to do is I'm going to repurpose this cover from another computer I had, because this is just kind of like a found item kind of thing. I'll put the cover right up here like so, and I will trim it down so it'll fit better on the piece of wood. But I have the fans that came with this that I can install here. I'm still going to paint this that distressed copper finish, but then I can mount 2 fans perfectly right there, and then I'll cut a hole off to the side in the solid part for the power supply plug, and that's going to be a lot of ventilation. 2 120mm fans blowing across there. That's going to be a lot of ventilation.